Joining us now is Ambassador Julianne Smith, the U.S. ambassador to NATO, with Russia bombarding Ukraine day after day, as you just heard, Ambassador. Is there concern they might start using their very capable Air Force in the spring offensive?
Well, we haven't seen them rely on their Air Force to date in any significant way, and that's due mostly to the fact that the Ukrainians now have quite strong air defense. We just had a meeting here in Brussels with defense ministers from all NATO allies, and allies came together to look for additional assets that they can give the Ukrainians to strengthen that existing air defense. It continues to be a focus for the Ukrainians and for the alliance here in Brussels.
Can that get in by March? I mean, how quickly can more air defenses get in and more ammunition and more artillery?
Well, fortunately, a number of contributions have been made or announced in recent months. We're now at the point where many countries are preparing to deploy additional forms of air defense. But as you just heard Richard Engel state, the focus is also on munitions. That's a key focus for NATO allies, and we're pushing to get additional ammunition and artillery in the hands of the Ukrainians. The idea is to move as many assets as possible in the coming weeks so that when their spring offensive gets underway, whenever that might be, when the weather gets warmer, they're going to have the assets they need to succeed on the ground, as we've already seen them do in recent months.
Although Russia, according to all reports, has already started their offensive. It's underway. Iran has been providing Russia with drones, as we know. There are reports now that Iran is going to help Russia manufacture drones in Russia. How big a concern is that?
Well, that is a topic of conversation here inside the NATO alliance. We're very concerned by the fact that the Iranians have been providing these drones. These are the drones that the Russians are using for these horrific attacks on Ukrainian civilian infrastructure, and often result in just indiscriminate attacks on civilians and the loss of civilian life. The Ukrainians have been very capable in countering these Iranian drones, but it is a concern. We're warning Iran and any other country that's considering providing material support to Russia that this is the wrong side to be on, that they should not be supporting Russia in this war of aggression, this illegal war of aggression, and allies will continue to monitor the situation closely.
And as the one-year anniversary of the war approaches next week, what concerns you most?
Well, what concerns me most is that we're still seeing these horrific attacks across the country inside Ukraine. Russia could end this war today if it desired. President Putin started this war a year ago. We want him to end the war as soon as possible. We've been so impressed with the bravery and the courage that the Ukrainian forces have shown each and every month of this war, but we obviously want it to end. Ultimately, we believe the Ukrainian forces will prevail, and NATO allies are united in their support for not only the Ukrainian forces, but the Ukrainian people.
And the NATO Secretary General has now opened the door to letting Finland into NATO first because Turkey is objecting to Sweden. Is that acceptable to the U.S., decoupling this?
Well, I think you've heard Secretary Blinken comment on this and other Biden administration officials. We believe that Sweden and Finland are ready to join the alliance today. We believe they have seriously addressed the legitimate concerns that Turkey has raised. We'd like to see them both join the alliance as soon as possible, and preferably before the Vilnius summit later this July.